My name is H.A. Goodman. I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. And to read my writing and to see my latest CNN appearances and my MSNBC and RT appearances, you can go to hagoodman.com. The link to the RT, my appearance on RT's Crosstalk, is below. Thank you so much for the kind words. Please continue to share the link. It's going viral right now, and I really appreciate that. So thank you so much for the kind words and the encouragement. But the link is below to my appearance on our RT's Crosstalk. I'm going to get right into the $10 billion lost in Haiti that is linked to Bill and Hillary Clinton. And then I'm going to talk about peaceful legal ways to defend Julian Assange and WikiLeaks, and Jill Stein's amazing op-ed praising WikiLeaks in The Hill. I'll read that. And we'll talk about the Clinton Foundation and the second criminal probe going into Election Day regarding the 650,000 emails on Anthony Weiner's laptop. But the Clinton Foundation is an enormous issue. We'll get to that in a second. So WikiLeaks 1 through 31 basically talk about a whole bunch of revelations. One, 500 conflicts of interest. So one email talks about 500 conflicts of interest that Bill Clinton has. That he's paid by 3 Clinton Global Initiative sponsors. That the Clinton Foundation is essentially an organization that takes in money from governments that fund IS, which is what Julian Assange stated was probably the most important WikiLeaks email. So we know, whether it's the Saudis or the government in Qatar, there are links to the funding of IS. Hillary Clinton, in one email, knows that, willingly, knowingly takes money from the same countries that fund the people that we are sending Americans, and the next president might send even more Americans, heaven forbid, to fight. This is probably one of the biggest revelations in WikiLeaks, aside from, in addition to the Bernie Sanders DNC WikiLeaks emails. So I'll get to this in a moment, but how to defend WikiLeaks and Julian Assange peacefully and legally, and legally. So peacefully, and it must be legally, it should be linked to how you've benefited as an individual, personally, from WikiLeaks revelations. I know that I've benefited a great deal because I feel empowered. I know that Bernie Sanders was cheated. I know that Hillary Clinton did not win a fair Democratic primary because of the DNC WikiLeaks emails. If it were not for WikiLeaks, we would still have Donna Brazile handing questions to Hillary Clinton. We would still have Debbie Wasserman Schultz saying, oh, well, you know what? I am completely impartial, and she just won fair and square, everybody. If it were not for WikiLeaks, we would not know that the Clinton Foundation takes money from the same governments that are funding the people we fight. If it were not for WikiLeaks, we wouldn't know that Cheryl Mills stated on March 7th, hey, President Obama knows. He has emails from Hillary that don't say state.gov. We wouldn't know that the email cover-up started March 2nd, the day it came out. Podesta said, we have to dump those emails. So I will go ahead. First off, I will read you the words of a Haitian-born journalist named Daddy Cherry, and she is a wonderful journalist I interviewed in a Huffington Post article. I'll put that article below, but this is her website, newsjunkiepost.com. And this is an organization, Bill and Hillary Clinton's organization, under the umbrella of the Clinton Foundation. The IHRC is estimated to have collected $5.9 billion over 2 years and $9.5 billion over 3 years without reconstructing much of anything. This represents more than 5 times the money that the Clintons have collected by other mechanisms like the Clinton Foundation or Laureate Education. Bill Clinton has claimed at various times that he only received 10% of the funds that had been pledged to the IHRC. But even if this were true, a vast sum of money would still have disappeared. By July 2011, Haiti's Ministry of Public Works, Transportation, and Communication had approved $3.2 billion of IHRC money, but only 84 million, 2.6%, worth of projects had been completed. So it's already estimated to have collected, even if Bill Clinton says, well, I didn't get all the money. Even if he says that, it's estimated to have collected 9.5 billion. And it goes on, the article goes on to say that close to $10 billion was raised. The beginning of Daddy Cherry's article, a wonderful journalist, I will leave you the link below, author, a journalist, really just wonderful. From its inception, well before it made $10 billion of earthquake aid money disappear, Bill and Hillary Clinton's Interim Haiti Recovery Commission, IHRC, was a vicious joke on Haitians. What happened to the $10 billion raised by Bill and Hillary Clinton in Haiti? What happened to my amazing subscribers? And to people watching, give your thoughts below. I will leave you the link. And the article title is fantastic. I, Hillary Rodham Clinton, Haiti's pay-to-play IHRC. So nobody can accuse this Haitian-born journalist of working for Russia. That's the great thing about WikiLeaks also. There are so many independent sources that legitimize, that confirm everything we learned from WikiLeaks emails. So it's not just like when Hillary Clinton, when Robbie Mook and Brian Fallon give you this nonsense. It's absolute baloney. It's like amusing. It's definitely comical, but it's sad also that anybody would even like really pay attention to them. But when they say, well, you know what, there's Russia and Rudy Giuliani, the FBI should be investigated for, they're absolutely insane. The thing that makes them so bizarre and funny is that they know that they're guilty of so much because everything WikiLeaks reveals is confirmed by revelations from journalists around the world. And the people of Haiti know very well that $10 billion, something happened to that money. But I'm going to read you right now a really, really interesting and really wonderful op-ed. So in addition to the fact that we find out just from one WikiLeaks tweet that actually they retweeted Jill Stein's tweet. If Saudi Arabia funded 9/11 and IS, 2, why does Obama protect them, Clinton arm them, and Podesta lobby for them? She wrote that, and the Salon article is below. There's a Salon article. Leaked Hillary Clinton email shows U.S. allies Saudi Arabia and Qatar supported ISIS. If the Clinton Foundation is taking in money from people, from governments that fund the same people that are threats to the U.S., what does that make Hillary Clinton in the White House? To my amazing subscribers, what is this not a national security threat to have Hillary Clinton in the White House? Of course it is. I will read you, though, and by the way, I'll get to my thoughts on if Hillary wins, there are peaceful, there are legal, there are creatively peaceful and legal ways to show a peaceful opposition and your thoughts and feelings. And I'll get to that in a later segment. Trump, it looks like he's on his way to winning. But no matter what happens, we'll need WikiLeaks more than ever. I'll get to right now. Exclusive Jill Stein op-ed in praise of WikiLeaks. The Hill. We need 100 Jill Steins in Congress, and we need politicians with the courage. That's why you need to grow the Green Party. That's why one of the reasons I'm voting for Jill Stein. People say, why are you voting for Jill Stein? Blah, blah, blah. If you have a strong Green Party, you have a strong, powerful Green Party, you have not just one Jill Stein. You have people emulating Jill Stein's vision and focus and resolve, and the fact that she has such a powerful view of the world. Then you can, that's the platform by which you defend a WikiLeaks or Julian Assange or whistleblowers. But I will read you this fantastic op-ed. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is a hero. This is Jill Stein. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is a hero. Like Edward Snowden, Chelsea Manning, and other whistleblowers facing government persecution, Assange has sacrificed his personal comfort and safety to bring us the truth. George Orwell said, "In a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act." Thanks to WikiLeaks, we know that powerful institutions have been abusing their power and lying to the public. For example, redacted State Department communications published by WikiLeaks revealed that Secretary Clinton identified Saudi as a leading funding source for terrorist groups around the time she approved a whopping $29 billion arms deal with the dictatorship. WikiLeaks courageously published the infamous collateral murder video showing an American helicopter gunning down Iraqi civilians, viewed over 15 million times. On YouTube alone, it revealed just one of the many shocking war crimes whitewashed as, quote, collateral damage by the U.S. government. WikiLeaks' stunning revelation of how top Democratic National Committee officials conspired to sabotage Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign in collusion with the media shattered the illusion of a fair electoral process and confirmed what millions of Americans already knew in their gut. We live under a rigged political system. What WikiLeaks actually does to political parties, the military, and other powerful entities is pull back the curtain of censorship, spin, and deception to show the public what's really going on. Unlike pundits in the mainstream media, WikiLeaks doesn't tell us what to think. They invite us to read the emails, watch footage, and decide for ourselves. That's actually, really quickly, that's an amazing observation by Dr. Jill Stein. Because when Robbie Mook and Fallon and Hillary and Podesta, they all say, oh, it's the Russians trying to. First of all, if any country, if it's Russia or any country, they would want to have Hillary Clinton, who's a walking cybersecurity risk, Madam Cyber Attack, I call her, or Madam Cyber Hack, however you want to describe her. They would want a security risk like Hillary Clinton because everything would be jeopardized. Why would you want Trump when you have scandal after FBI probe, after IRS probe, after cyber attack? So she's obviously a bigger risk, but they've painted it, well, you know what? It's Russia, and they painted it because the corruption is so thick and widespread and nasty that once you find out what these people really think, their public and private face in the investment bank email, all that stuff, obviously you have a negative reaction. That's why they're saying, well, it's a Russian plot. Because anytime you actually read Podesta's emails and emails from Mills and Fallon and Mook and all these people and Bill Clinton and the Clinton Foundation, you know of this widespread corruption. So obviously you are given the information because these are their innermost thoughts. And the issue here, which people in the media, Chris Hayes, all people don't understand, is this. When you have such massive corruption and it's hidden from the public view, someone needs to shine a light upon it. And if there's more corruption among Democrats than Republicans, then you need to learn about that. I'll continue. The political and economic elite used to controlling information see this unprecedented transparency as a tremendous threat. They have mercilessly persecuted a series of heroic whistleblowers. Chelsea Manning, convicted of leaking the collateral murder video, among other revealing materials, was sentenced to 35 years in federal prison. Manning, a transgender woman, has been subjected to treatment that the UN described as, quote, cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment in violation of the Convention Against Torture. Shockingly, after a recent suicide attempt, Manning faces disciplinary charges that could land her in indefinite solitary confinement. The security state would like to make an example of Assange, as it has done to Manning and others. This is very important, and it should show you the hypocrisy and just the Orwellian nature of the world we live in at this moment. In fact, the Obama administration has prosecuted more whistleblowers than all previous presidents combined. And the prosecution of whistleblowers is often accompanied by ruthless character assassination to discredit them. This is Jill Stein in praise of WikiLeaks, and I agree 150,000% with her. And it should be taken into context, the following context. Hillary Clinton put 22 top secret emails with special access program intelligence on an unencrypted private server that connected to a BlackBerry the NSA said she could not use, linked now to 650,000 emails on Anthony Weiner's laptop that he sent between 20 and 100 women photos of his wiener. We know now that that laptop that Uma Abedin owned, that Anthony Weiner owned, is directly connected in some manner to Hillary Clinton's private server, because we just found out that emails from her private server, Clinton's private server, were found on Uma Abedin and Anthony Weiner's laptop relating to Clinton's tenure as Secretary of State. They are almost certainly classified because Hillary Clinton blamed her concussion for not remembering security briefings during the FBI interview. She also didn't understand what the C meant, whether it was she didn't know what it was, confidential, secret, top secret. She didn't know how to decipher what was important and what wasn't. And in terms of retroactive classification, there are thousands of retroactively classified emails on Hillary Clinton's private server that could easily be on Anthony Weiner's laptop that he used for unholy activities. And we know that 5 nations hacked into Clinton's private server. And now Clinton has spun everything into it's a Russian plot. The conspiracy theory is actually thinking that she's qualified. That's the tinfoil. The tinfoil is not saying, oh, Clinton is a danger. The tinfoil is, yeah, she's really qualified and trustworthy. Give me your thoughts below. WikiLeaks 1 through 31 point to massive corruption. And give me your thoughts as to how to constructively, legally, and peacefully defend WikiLeaks and Julian Assange. Thank you so much for listening.